Good morning, you guys, it's Karen and I'm here to talk about the new skincare that is out by the Revolution, by Makeup Revolution. There are 16 new products and I have only bought 2, and I'll tell you why as I'm going through. So I'm going to talk about the 2 that I've bought, then I'll talk about the 2 other things that I recommend, and then I'll tell you why I don't recommend anything else from their range. So the first thing that caught my eye, I bought these in Boots, by the way, they were actually on the shelves, is this Mattify Boost Niacinamide Mattifying Cream. And obviously it's in a jar, which you guys know is not my favourite way of using a cream, because it means I have to use a cotton bud so as not to constantly get bacteria in there, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So this is what the cream looks like. It's quite thick. And obviously it's got niacin in it. It doesn't tell you what percentage. There's no nasty ingredients in here at all. And it just kind of disappears into your skin. And it does leave a really nice matte finish. I'm just trying to see if it had any scent at all. It's a slight dusty smell, but that's about it. I love this. I really love it. It would be a great makeup base for somebody with oily skin. The only thing is it doesn't really provide enough moisture. It does make my skin feel really tight using it on its own. So I tried yesterday using a hyaluronic acid underneath and then using this to see if that helped. And then I even used a kind of hydrating spray on top and it still felt quite tight. I need to use this with an oil to get the best benefits. I've been putting this on as my night cream and then putting the sea buckthorn oil on top, and that's working lovely. But like I said, it would make a really nice makeup base, but I don't know, even if you've got oily skin, if this would be enough, you know, if your skin would still feel tight. Probably not, because back when I had oily skin, I couldn't find anything. My skin never felt tight. I didn't really ever experience that, you know, and I'd hear people talking about it. So it might work for you if you've got oily skin, but I'm quite happy using this at night. It doesn't tell you how much niacin is in it, but I can see that it's in the ingredients and it's not like the last one, so I'm okay with that. Because you guys know I have a lot of problems with pure niacins, pilling and whatnot, whereas if I use this, I don't have to use the niacin serum every night. Like, it's one that I can go, oh yeah, I want some niacin on, you know, I can use my cream. So I really like that, and I didn't tell you the price, it's £10. It's a possibility of me, there is a possibility of me repurchasing that one. Next is the Hyaluronic Acid Overnight, what does it say? Overnight Hydrating Mask. Looks like this, so still comes in a jar, but it's obviously a lot thicker, a lot more creamy than the Mattify Boost that I just showed you. And it looks like that. So really lovely and thick and creamy. And I also love this one, and this one doesn't make my skin feel tight at all. I can happily use this on its own as a night cream. And again, this is a potential repurchase for me. There's no nasties in here at all. It hasn't broken me. I have got a pimple on my chin. I don't know how obvious it is, but this is more from during my holiday. I was eating a lot of sugar. I had too much sugar, and that's what will happen if I eat too much sugar. So it's nothing to do with my skincare. I can tell the difference when my skin reacts to an external skincare product versus what I've been eating. So it didn't break me out. Very moisturising. Yeah, lovely. Haven't got anything bad to say about this at all. And this one is £8, so a definite repurchase for me. So far anyway. I will of course use these 2 up and put them in my empties as I always do, and then you can get the sort of final review on them. I noticed on the website there is a lightweight hydrating gel cream. I didn't see it in Boots, but that's one I'd like to try as well, because it's a gel cream but it doesn't have alcohol in it, which is really unusual in formulations that are a gel cream. There's normally alcohol, so I'd be keen to try that one as well. That's the only 2 products that I bought, but there are 2 other things that I recommend, I suppose, in addition to this lightweight hydrating gel cream, but that's not new. It didn't appear in their news section. But the 2 other things I recommend are, they've got a 0.5% retinol excuse me, and rosehip oil, and it is £10. I think that's a really, really good price. The ingredients are really good. It's an actual retinol. It's not like a derivative or anything. Rosehip oil, I think, is a great product to put it with, and yeah, I think that would be really good if you're interested in using retinol. So the reason that wouldn't interest me is my skin just doesn't like retinol at all, but I do think that's a really good product. And then the other one I would recommend is the CBD cream. It's £10. It has got cannabidiol listed as number 15, I think, but there's no percentage. It doesn't tell you how much is in there. But the cream itself does have cannabidiol in it, and it will be a nice moisturising cream, I think. I didn't see that in the shop. It's one that I would possibly try in future, but it's just not one that I was like, oh, I need to try that, you know? Unfortunately, those 4 things, so the 2 here and the 2 that I mentioned, the retinol and the CBD, are the only things I would recommend using from their new range. And let me quickly list you their new range, because I was originally going to go through each one, but then every time I looked at the ingredients, I was like, well, I don't recommend that one, I don't recommend that one. But if you aren't concerned about my concerns, if that makes sense, then you may be interested. So they've got 2 vitamin C's out, a 3% and a 12.5%, and they are ascorbic acid, so they are the real deal, if you like. They've got a caffeine tonic. They've got quite a few tonics, actually. Caffeine tonic, a Sika tonic, and a tea tree tonic. It's either a tea tree tonic or a spray, because they've also got some sprays. And every one of these that I read with the description, I was like, oh, that sounds really good. So rosehip oil spray, I was like, wow, that sounds amazing. Niacin tonic, they've got a niacin tonic as well, and they've got some blemish products out. They've got a little overnight targeted blemish treatment, which I think is a bit like the Mario Badescu drying lotion. If you've got acne, I'm sure you'll be aware of that, and it's something that I used to use, and so I picked that up and actually was going to put it in my basket, but I had a look and I was like, nope, ingredients no good. They've got another blemish lotion, and then they've got a 2% salicylic acid. They've got a glycolic and essence spray as well. I'll try and put pictures of some of these items on the screen. They also have a range of Jake Jamie masks. Actually, I should say, I haven't had a look at the ingredients of all the Jake Jamie masks, because there's so many. There's not just one, there's like 4 or 5 at least, and I'm just not into masks, so they may be okay. But my issue is, they've all got fragrance high on the list, and a lot of fragrance. It's not just a little bit of fragrance at the bottom of the list. It's like added fragrance, then orange peel oil, then linalool, then limonene. You know, that there's just a lot of fragrance in them and a lot of alcohol. So for me, there isn't any product I found that doesn't have alcohol and or fragrance in it, and it just wipes out any benefit of using the product, in my opinion. So that's why I unfortunately wouldn't recommend anything else from the range. But the 4 things that I recommend, I think are really, really good, like these 2. I'm really, really enjoying, and I think that's a great price, you know. So like I said, if you don't have a problem with alcohol and fragrance, then you might well enjoy these products. But alcohol, I would say, is the lesser of the 2 evils, and can work in some products that have enough moisturizers in them. I just try to avoid it if I can, because there are, you know, I've found enough products without it. But things like that overnight targeted blemish solution that you put on top of a blemish and leave overnight, generally you don't want to dry out a product, an acne spot to that extent, because otherwise it's just going to be all dry and crusty, and I just don't think alcohol is a good ingredient if you're using acne products. Fragrance is a different story. Fragrance is very irritating whether you think it is or not. So there's a lot of people will say fragrance doesn't really bother me. It is irritating your skin, and you just can't see the irritation. You know, it's like saying, well, I smoke and it's not doing me any damage. It is doing damage, you just can't see it, and I think that that's the case with fragrance. That's my opinion on it. And it can also make you more sensitive to other things, and I've got, you know, a few different allergies, and I'd hate to think that I wake up one day and can't wear mascara like my mum. My mum is allergic to mascara. That could well be because she used something near her eyes with fragrance in it. You know, it might not be, but that's the kind of reaction that it can have. Anyway, enough about that. Those are my feelings on the Revolution skincare. Let me know what you have used, what you've tried, if you've tried any of these, and how you found them. Makeup wise today, I have got on the Too Faced Perfect Peach foundation in Shortbread. I haven't been wearing it that much. I need to wear it more, because I know I said I'd do a review for you guys, which honestly I don't know whether I will ever, not ever, but it'll be a while before I get around to it, because I've got so many other things that are kind of new products that I want to tell you about. On my eyes it's a Revolution eyeshadow, actually. It's a pigment. I don't know what colour it is. I was going to say blue-brown, but that's the MAC one that I used to use. I'm not sure I love it either, to be honest. But it was nice enough to work with, you know, it was a good pigment, it's just the colour I'm not sure of. On my cheeks is a Buxom blush in, I think, Havana. And my lips is a little liquid lipstick by Stila that was the Christmas collection last year. I think it's called Cookie or some sugar cookie maybe. So that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.